Center for the Ethiopian Educational Information and Communication Technology presents Educational Satellite Television Programs.
Hello, teacher. Hello, students. Welcome to our last lesson on geometrical map projection. Previously, you learned about cylindrical and conical map projection. You learned that each type of map projection is most appropriate for depicting a specific part of the Earth's surface based on the projection's individual characteristics. Cylindrical map projection is best used to depict tropical regions of the world, which are located on or around the equator. This is because the lines tangent the Earth during this type of projection at the equator and are thus truest to scale. Conic map projection is best used to depict mid-latitude regions of the world, as this is where the projection tangents the globe. In today's lesson, you will learn about one last type of map projection, zenithal projection. You will learn how to describe this technique, and you will learn which regions of the world zenithal projection is best suited for depicting. You will also study some of the characteristics of this type of map projection. What is zenithal map projection? Zenithal projection, which is also known as azimuthal projection, is a type of map projection on which the azimuths of all points are shown correctly with respect to the center. A plane that is tangent to one of the Earth's poles is the basis for polar azimuthal projection. The true distances and directions are retained during zenithal projection by placing a developable surface at one of the poles, as you see here. Here is a simpler way to think about it. Imagine a plane is placed against or tangent to a globe. If a light source inside the globe projects the graticule onto the plane, the result would be an azimuthal map projection. A graticule is a network of lines representing meridians and parallels on which a map can be represented. Students, in a moment, you will see a list of 3 regions of the globe. Please identify which type of map projection is best suited to depict each. Also, take some time to describe why this is so.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Hello, students. Were you able to use the information from previous lessons as well as this lesson to complete the activity? Let us discuss the answers together. Cylindrical projection is the best type of map projection to use to depict equatorial or tropical regions of the world. This technique tangents the globe at the equator and is thus most accurate at this position. The map distortions increase poleward. Conical map projection is the best type of map projection to depict temperate or mid-latitude regions of the globe. This is because the conic technique tangents the globe between the equator and the poles. Distortions increase outward in either direction. Finally, polar or zenithal map projection is the best type of map projection to use when trying to depict polar regions of the globe. This technique uses an overhead plane which tangents the globe at these regions. The distortions increase outward from the poles. That activity involved quite a bit of information. Were your answers accurate? If so, you are doing very well. If you had trouble, please review your notes or ask your teacher for assistance at the end of this lesson. Let us move on with the lesson by discussing some of the characteristics of zenithal projection. The parallels of zenithal projections are concentric circles. This means that the parallels, which are circles in this case, share the same center. The meridians are straight lines that radiate from the poles. The planar projections produce circular maps, as you see here, and as discussed, they are best suited to produce maps of polar regions. Students, let us do one last activity before we finish this lesson. Please define the term geometrical projection. Also, list the 3 different types of geometrical projection we have discussed.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up! Let's get back to our lesson.
Hello again, students. I am sure you had no trouble with this activity. Geometrical projection is a kind of projection that is formed by using different geometrical developable surfaces. Based on the shape of the developable surface used, geometrical projections can be classified as cylindrical, conic, or zenithal. Great job, students! Make sure you have this information written in your notebook for future reference. Today, you learned about a final type of geometric map projection, zenithal projection. This type of map projection obtains true distances and directions by placing a developable plane surface at one of the poles. You also learned that zenithal map projection most accurately depicts polar regions of the globe. You defined the term geometrical projection, which involves the three types of map projection we have discussed in the last few lessons. This brings us to the end of our learning for today and for Unit 2. In your next unit, you will talk about the location, size, and shape of the Horn of Africa and Ethiopia. Until then, thank you, teacher. Thank you, students.